Hello everybody, I'm Brian Ivy and we're going to be chatting about major temperature differences across the Northwest compared to the East. Here's where you're seeing the big warmth and widespread temperatures in the 80s and even 90s building across the Ohio Valley, up into even southern portions of the Great Lakes, and then into the Mid-Atlantic, of course the Southeast as well. It's just been cooking across the Tennessee Valley and the Southeast, just midsummer heat sustaining itself now through all of September. And still another several days to go before we get into October. That's widespread warmth. Even the lows at night only getting down to the 70s and 60s in spots. And then there's all your 80s and 90s pushing across portions of the lake. There will be a front that will anchor its way across portions of the Great Lakes here. So it'll kind of jostle a little bit up and down. But there's your big warmth. Arkansas, well up into Ohio and in towards PA before there's the cold front. This will be the cold front that really cools us down significantly and drops us a good 20-something degrees back to even below average temperatures across the region. Speaking of cold, the Northwest. Major thing to watch here will be all the blue developing. That is snow, and that's going to be mainly Montana into portions of Idaho. Back over here, this big line of rain and even some thunderstorms across the Midwest, St. Louis, Chicago, Indianapolis, and then up into Michigan, southern Ontario, into the Northeast as well. But let's turn our attention mainly towards the blue. This isn't going to be just the first little flakes of the season or anything like that. This is a big winter storm, and it's going to linger across the area over the weekend and drop some significant snowfall totals there where temperatures extremely cold for this time of year versus that extreme warmth that we have across the Southeast. That would melt this amount of snow pretty quick, but in spots, especially here in the purple, that's where areas of 3+ feet of snow could fall. Besides that, a pretty widespread 8 to 12 inches, with some areas getting up to around 2 feet of snow. Those are higher elevations of the Rocky Mountains there, but still very impressive. As our action continues away from the ridge of high pressure, this is going to be a very nicely developed system. You can see that there, and that's going to cause windy conditions to blow the snow around as well. And then the rest of that system will be in the form of rain moving across the upper Midwest, northern Great Lakes, into the Northeast. This is the ridge of high pressure, and this is drought conditions really starting to persist and develop. And this is kind of where our big setup's going to be, right along the ridge. As far as on the northern periphery of it, until we get that cold front and that low to finally swing in and move further off towards the southeast, and then that brings that system through as we go throughout the middle portions of next week, and that will be indeed what's going to cool us down. And after that, we're still going to see a little bit of the same kind of pattern. So a nice break. Some of that cold does work in a little bit towards the east, but then it's going to just stay very warm across much of the south and across portions of the Mid-Atlantic area as well. Why, if you're in the Northwest, cold, cold, cold. Now, will it be a cold winter? We're going to have multiple long-range updates and winter previews, including our snow contractor winter forecast. That will be out soon. And if you run a snow contractor business, guess what? There's no better investment than a weather service to be able to provide you insight, accurate weather information, so you can get that ROI right back with each better decision from a storm.